For all Hispanics, Latinos, and Mexicans that voted for Donald J. Trump, I'm so proud and honored that we made our voices heard. The Hispanic, Latinos, and Mexicans voted for life.
In this proposal, a Hispanic Texan has 1/3 the political value of a white Texan under this plan, and a black Texan 1/5. It would take 3 Hispanics to equal the representation of 1 white Texan.
To the Latinos that voted for him, you will never, and I repeat, never be white. You will never be accepted as one of them, and you certainly are not exempt from the racism that is this racist-ass regime.
I don't understand. This is not what we voted for. No, how can he do this? I've supported him through thick and...
Hi, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm called Irene Soita. If it's your first time clicking on this channel, consider subscribing. And all to my returning subscribers, I don't take your love for granted. You are in the right place. And in our today's video, we're gonna be talking about or reacting on Latinos in Texas. It has hit them. Now they are running mouth here and there. You know, these people, Hispanic, Latino, and Mexican, these people have been a thorn on flesh, on our flesh. Yeah, it's very unfortunate to use that term, but they're regretting too much, as if they didn't know what they were voting for. They went voting for Trump. They went voting for Trump knowing that Trump was gonna favor them. They thought that they always think that they're close to whiteness, or they're white, so they went out there on large numbers voting for Trump, and now they're living in regrets. These people are really regretting, guys. You understand? Because most of the people have been deported back to their countries, as it was purported earlier. They are Latinos, guys. Latinos have been affected so much, and voting carelessly has made a lot of people go home empty-handed. It has made a lot of people to just leave their kids or families behind. You understand? And I just want us to get into this video, and let me know what you think about it, guys. Let me know what you think about this video. These people, the Latinos in Texas, now that it's dawning on them right now, guys. Let me know what you think about them.
Hispanic Texan has 1/3 the political value of a white Texan under this.
Latinos for Trump, Hispanics for Trump, Mexicans for Trump, whatever, Texans for Trump, whatever the hell you guys want to call it in Texas. You guys are a bunch of idiots. You guys are literally the masters to your own demise. You guys voted for an administration that is f***ing you guys over in Texas. 1 white man's vote will count for 3 Hispanic votes in Texas under this new redistricting that just went down in Texas. You guys literally just shot yourself in the foot with this one. All for what? For thinking that you're better than another brown person just because you got papers? Just because you a citizen?
Did you see that Texas Republicans passed their gerrymandered maps, diluting black and brown votes and hoping that Republican Latinos help them win in 2026? What this new redistricting does is put a lot of Latinos that make up 40% of the population in Texas in areas surrounded by Republican voters. Even the new Latino district that Republicans are bragging about does not have the power they're saying it does. So in this new Latino district, it is filled with Latinos who cannot vote or do not vote. So this new Latino district doesn't add anything to the Latino voting power. Also, these gerrymandered maps have merged Democratic districts. This will cause for representatives like Al Green to have a tougher time regaining his seats and pin Democratic representatives against each other in the same district. This puts a lot of seats being held by black and brown Democratic leaders in jeopardy in 2026. And it dilutes the voting power of black and brown Democratic voters by putting them in Republican districts. And on top of all this, Republicans are hoping that even with everything they're doing against the Latino community, that Republican Latinos stick with them in 2026. Republicans are banking on Latinos for Trump to do the work for them and help them consolidate power even more by pushing Democrats out in 2026. They're doing all of this to take away the power of black and brown voters. This shows how powerful our vote is. If it wasn't for these sneaky tactics, Texas would have gone blue a long time ago. So specifically for Latinos for Trump, stop being a pawn in these Republicans' games. They already fooled you in 2024 and you see them rampaging through our communities. And now they're banking on you falling for their BS again and going out and voting for them in 2026. So this is the time to redeem yourself. I don't know if you know this, but even if you're a registered Republican, you don't have to vote Republican. You can realize the error of your ways and vote for someone who does not want you destroyed systemically. So even though this is happening in Texas, and who knows what's going to happen in the rest of the country, but it seems like it's still going to come down to people and elections. And I hope in 2026, people go out and vote against fascism.
I don't understand. This is not what we voted for.
I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump. I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump. I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump. I'm gonna vote for Hello, Latino in Texas. How are you feeling, my dear ones? How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? How do you feel? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay right now? You betrayed your community. You betrayed everyone. And now see how America is being great again. Trump is making America great again, guys. Literally. He's making America great again because of you people, Latinas. We all know that not all Latinas in Texas voted for Trump. We all know that even Black Americans, there are some who voted for Trump, but we all know that the highest percentage that voted for Trump, it's Latinas, Cubans, these people from our Asian brothers and sisters and our Arabs brothers and sisters. So that's why we're always out here, just to remind you that you are the reason why America is not moving, why America is not great again. You understand? Because you wanted to look white, and now the consequences are hitting on you. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, like, it's crazy. It's crazy how you people went out there voted for Trump. You thought that he was gonna make America great again, and now you on the streets crying every day. Let's continue watching.
Popular belief, and whatever condescending fairy tales you may have been spoon-fed, you can in fact mess with Texas. The bumper sticker was always more slogan than law, really. A swaggering bluff shouted over Lone Star beer and barbecue smoke. And now it has been revealed as nothing but a cheap shot of bravado. Because when the orange bronze devil made a phone call, every last one of these blithering Republican idiots came crawling on hands and knees. They won't fight, they won't resist, they won't even feign independence. They'll just kiss the ring and whatever else they're told to kiss, then strut back to Austin, calling it victory for the Republic. On August 20th, the Texas House passed a new set of gerrymandered redistricting maps, 88 to 52, handing Republicans an artificial advantage in 5 Democratic-leaning districts. Democrats fled the state, breaking quorum in an attempt to block the bill. It was their Alamo, their last stand in defense of the people's right to vote. But the gavel still fell and the maps went through. Not governance, conquest. And this is where the hypocrisy cuts deepest. For a century, Texas sold itself as the line in the sand. Remember the Alamo. Remember Goliad. Remember the ranchers who stood against the heavy hand of Washington. This is supposed to be the state that spit in the eye of federal overreach, the state that bragged it could be its own country, the state that prided itself on independence and fire. But all of that was just theater, because when Trump wags his fingers, the mighty cowboys of Texas crawl to him like beggars. They've proved that the only thing bigger in Texas is the bullshit. And here's the question that should really haunt every Texan with a shred of pride left. How did the Don't Mess with Texas crowd become the most obedient lapdogs in America? How did the state that prided itself on standing tall become the state that kneels first and longest? Was all that talk about independence and honor just bullshit for the tourists? A carnival act for campaign ads? Because when the moment came to prove it, Texas Republicans folded like a paper sack. The Democrats who fled to break quorum may have been mocked, but history will remember them as the only ones in the room with the guts to fight. They tried to hold the line. They tried to honor the people who elected them. They tried to shout that Texas is not for sale. And though they lost, they still stood taller than the cowards who crawled. So yes, you can in fact mess with Texas. And the proof of that is that Texas Republicans are doing it for themselves, gleefully, shamelessly, and on command. They've sold the soul and legacy of Texas to a New York City con man who's never cared for the state and never will. And remember that, Texas. Remember it when you vote. Remember it when you see these puffed up men in their boots and their hats pretending to carry the soul of the place. Because they don't. They've already traded it away. They betrayed Texas. They are not cowboys. They are not rebels. They are Trump's little boys. All hat, no cattle. Governable cowards who sold Texas for a wink from a slick city boy that's living off of daddy's money. And that is a shame they should never be allowed to outlive. And when the dust settles, remember this too. Individual liberty was supposed to be the cornerstone of Texas. That was the creed carved into the stone, the anthem sung from every porch and pasture. And it wasn't Greg Abbott who carried that torch. It wasn't the hollow speaker, Dustin Burrows, or the Republican bootlickers drawing lines in secret. It was the Democrats who walked out. The ones who broke quorum, who gave the state the stiff backbones it was promised. That is the most Texas thing I've ever seen. Not kneeling, not cowering, not begging for scraps from a gilded table, but standing tall in the face of power and saying no. A middle finger to the establishment and the goddamn governor. That's the cowboy.
Guys, how do you say that you don't understand when you people went out there and voted for Trump? You know, what is it that you don't understand? The Latinos who voted for Trump, what is it that you don't understand? Literally, you want us to make you understand. You want us to explain to you widely. What is it that you don't understand, guys? You know, you are the same people who went out for both songs. You are the same people who were on the campaign trail with Trump, making him believe that he was going to make America great again. What is it that you don't understand? You went out there and voted. You woke up in the morning and casted the vote. What is it that you don't understand? Now, because you're not getting what you were expecting, because your expectations were too high, your expectation was not just here, your expectations were here and there. And now you want to tell us that you don't understand when they are not giving you what you want. The positions, were you supposed to be in Trump's administration? Guys, I don't understand. I really don't understand what Latinos are saying. So you just have to bite it. Just believe that it's happening. There's nothing we can do about it. You understand? Not now, not ever.
To the Latinos that voted for him, you will never, and I repeat, never be white. You will never be accepted as one of them, and you certainly are not exempt from the racism that is this racist ass regime. When that lady put in her post, alligators' lives matter, and she mentioned a number, that number being 65 million. Do you know how many Latinos are in the United States? Approximately 65 million, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Approximately 60 plus million people. So guess what? They weren't just talking about the illegal immigrants, because data actually says that there are 10 to about 12 illegal, undocumented folks in the United States. They're talking about you. They're talking about people like us, because we are not exempt from the racism that is rooted in what these people believe in, and frankly, the foundation of this country that was built on the stealing of land from indigenous people by immigrants that came here from Europe. But when you think that you are better than an immigrant because your family came here the right way, remember that this land was actually stolen from day one. So when you think that you are better because you're second generation or third generation because you've been an American for a longer amount of time, I hope that you never have to experience a time where you have to flee a country for your own safety or that of your family. So when you think that you are somehow
not going to be affected by any of this, when you think that you don't have to care, what happens if you are next? What happens if it's someone that you personally know? And I know already, because we've seen it. We've seen the clips of people that supported him, diehard supporters that are now crying on the news because their family members are getting deported and they thought that they would never be impacted. You see, in this country, so many people lack empathy. They are unwilling or somehow unable to think beyond themselves, and then we run into these situations. Wake up. The proximity to whiteness isn't serving you, and it's not serving the community. You have to recognize what is happening, because ultimately they're not just going after criminals. And all of this is connected to so many things that impact our community and frankly are holding us back, like anti-blackness and colorism and internalized racism. And if you think that these are woke words, look them up and you will realize what exists, what has existed in our community for a very long time.
Texas Republicans are at it again, suppressing the Black and Latino political power here in Texas. Tarrant County commissioners voted to cut 100 polling sites in Tarrant County, one of the largest counties here in Texas. Tarrant County Judge Tim O'Hare defended this decision, saying he's expecting reduced voter turnout since it's not a presidential election. But we know it's because Texas Republicans are worried about the midterm elections coming in 2026. Months before redistricting became a state issue, Tarrant County commissioners voted to redistrict Tarrant County to be more Republican friendly. Again, this is ahead of midterm elections coming up in 2026. Tarrant County is home to Fort Worth, Texas, one of the most diverse cities in the state and the third largest Black population in Texas. Texas Republicans know that their policies aren't popular, so they're cheating to win, they're cutting maps in their favor, and they're suppressing the votes of communities of color.
The comical irony that it takes 3 Hispanics to equal 1 white vote and 5 Black people to equal 1 white vote in Texas. But you guys are actively trying to deport documented and undocumented Hispanic people. So but it takes 3 of them and 5 of us.
So guys, when it's done to you that you are not wanted somewhere, you understand? The way it has done to Latinos in Texas, it has done to them that they're not regarded as they're not regarded as white. You understand? These people, the Latinos for Trump, they were the MAGA supporters for Trump. You see, these people went out there and composed songs. They sang, they campaigned for Trump. They were on the campaign trail all along. You understand? And we knew that these people were going to be favored. Like, that was the first thing that we thought when Trump took powers, when he became again the president of the United States of America. You could see them wearing the white MAGA hats and the t-shirt, the red t-shirt written MAGA. You understand? Composing beautiful songs. I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump. You know, those songs that has hit the waves. You understand? These people were out there. They were real campaigners. If there is a community that was behind Trump's administration, that was behind Trump's winning presidency, it's the Latinos, guys. We have seen Cuban, we have seen Latino for Trump, we have seen the Arab people, we have seen people from the Asian continent. But guys, their love or their support was out unmatched. You understand? They showed Trump unwavering support. You know, they made sure that Trump won the election with a landslide. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, one of the Trump's policies was to wipe all the immigrants out of the United States of America. And when he took power this year, when he was sworn in office this year, he did exactly what he was supposed to do, or what he had been saying he will do. Isn't it? Yeah. We have seen mass deportation. That was in his bucket list. And he has done that, guys. He has swept many Cubans. He has swept many Latinos, guys. And he has been going state by state. You know what I'm saying? Like going state by state. We have seen our brothers, Latinas, and our brothers and sisters crying so hard. We have seen women uh, left behind with the children. The husbands have been deported. We have seen husbands being left behind with the kids. The women are deported. We have seen mothers leaving behind the kids. They have been deported. This is because of the consequences. This is because of the action that they took to vote in Trump without going through the policies. Guys, are you getting me? They are all over here crying and crying and crying, crocodile tears, blaming black Americans. Why you never told us? You are not supporting us. You are no, guys. Sit down. It's your fault. I hope next time all the Latinos who would have been left in America will vote right. I'm just thinking that next time, you people, you have to vote right. When it comes to voting, you need to scrutinize this person. These leaders will use you. He was there on the campaign trail singing with you. He knew that these people, they are not Americans. You are Latino. You are from Mexico, from Brazil, from wherever. You are from Dominican. You are not a white. You are not an American. You are not a white American. You will never be. He will just check your last name and he will know that, oh my God, this one, he's not. They don't belong here. They have to go, and you will have to go. You understand? So your actions, you're just paying off your actions. All the steps that you made, everything that you did. So many people have been affected. Agriculture sector has been affected because it solely depends on the immigrants, undocumented immigrants. These people have been living with their aunts, cousins, uncles, stepbrothers, brothers, and all that in their homes. Undocumented. You find somebody, a Latina in America, because their aunt is rich or uncle is rich or their father or their mother is rich. They just live with no papers. There are undocumented people in America, Latinas. Then you sabotage them. You fail your community just because you think you are a white. No, guys, stop crying. We have had enough. Enough is enough. So Latinos in Texas, they're crying, claiming that Trump has let them down. What were you expecting? What a sorrow. We are sorry. Guys, I hope you have watched this video to the end. Let me know what you think, because these shenanigans will not stop until this administration of Trump ends. So we are here just to tell you, to talk to you, to tell you the truth. We are going to be telling you and reminding you of the worst decision that you ever made in life. So guys, I hope you're going to be loving this video. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you doing. I'm good. You can see I'm in the banana plantation here. The sun is setting and I'm glowing. Oh my God. Dang. So guys, I'm gonna be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye.